Well, right now, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement is calling on law enforcement to ditch their jobs and join them. The federal agency currently running ads hoping to attract police officers and sheriff's deputies in Democrat-run cities like here in Chicago, in Denver, and Seattle. So I would like to welcome in retired Chicago Police Lieutenant John Garrido. Lieutenant, thank you so much for giving us some of your time today. It's no surprise, first of all, that ICE needs more agents in order to accomplish the administration's goals of this massive immigration enforcement. Are you at all surprised, though, that some of this recruitment is aimed directly at current police officers in cities like Chicago, Seattle, Denver, and others?
Well, I can't speak for the other cities, but I can say in Chicago over the last 5 years, it's become an extremely toxic work environment between everything from COVID to the George Floyd riots back in 2020. We really had a mass exodus. So you have a lot of retirees out there that are in their early 50s. That they can obviously continue to still working, so to continue to work. I don't know that you'd have many that would be leaving the job to go do it, but there could be some that are out there that are willing to get back into it, being that they're so young still.
So young, and I mean, the bonuses are great. $50,000 bonus, great benefits. So we have talked, Lieutenant, for years on this network about problems with law enforcement recruitment. In some places, we know there are chronic shortages, and that was, before this offer of enticing bonuses to go to ICE. Worst case scenario, what could this potentially do to local police departments if a lot of officers see this and say, hey, I wouldn't mind these benefits, jump ship and go to ICE? What could that do to local departments?
Well, it could have an impact if that were to happen. I don't think that you're going to see a lot of officers actually jumping ship. If they get anything, it'll be the retirees. I know they dropped the age requirement for this recruitment, but in order to get that $50,000 signing bonus, you have to commit to a 5-year agreement that you're going to stay for 5 years. Plus, with federal law enforcement, it comes with a mobility agreement. Now, if you're in your 20s, maybe if you're just new on the job, you decide, you know what, I don't like it here, and you don't mind that possibility that you'd have to pick up and move, then maybe you might get some of the younger officers that'll jump ship. But more than likely, any retirees, they're already well established in their communities and probably not looking to move anytime soon. So unless they drop that mobility agreement, I don't know that they're going to get a ton.
All right. So, Lieutenant, I want to walk through trying to meet these recruitment goals. ICE has lowered some of their standards. They have waived age restrictions. You mentioned that. They've cut down the formerly 18-week training course. It's now 8 weeks. Interestingly, they've waived Spanish language requirements and vehicle pursuit courses, other training. Does that concern you?
No, well, as far as the Spanish language, it's always good to have people that can speak the language. That's always helpful. But as far as the other stuff, if you're recruiting officers that already have all that training, we already have training in pursuits. We already have all the training and how to work in these communities within the legal guidelines. So I think it makes sense to drop a lot of that stuff. For new hires that have no law enforcement experience, I would think that that's not a good idea. But for police officers that are, switching over from local law enforcement to federal, I think it's okay to reduce some of those requirements.
And Lieutenant, I mean, you certainly know that we've seen a lot of pushback from Illinois' governor, from Chicago's mayor, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson. He's criticizing these efforts, saying that the president is spending more on ICE and on anti-poverty programs. He says that if the president was serious about supporting local law enforcement, he wouldn't be withdrawing 30% of the funding that would go toward getting illegal guns off the street. How important is the additional support and community programming when it comes to local policing, from your perspective as a retired lieutenant?
I think it absolutely all goes together. You're not going to arrest your way out of any situation. But there is no doubt having more police officers on the street is a deterrent, especially in some of the communities that like the northwest side of Chicago. They're operating in 30 square miles with only 180 police officers. That is extremely low, where they used to be over 300. So having more officers definitely is helpful, but it's different. It's not a cookie cutter for the entire city. The south side, you can bombarded with more officers, and that's not going to help the situation there like it would up on the northwest side. On the south side, you're going to need other programs and things to try to help because there's a lot of different issues going on besides just the crime aspect of it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.